something I did not say last week. Never said the name of the show. Go me.
You have to edit it in, like, but really awkwardly. Just like, welcome
Fork,
to
forking, fork, like he's straight faced, like in that episode.
Fork the forking, porker. Yeah, no, I got. You heard the episode. I was very flustered coming into it. I forgot. I apologize. Not really.
It's all that cocaine you did.
We enjoyed every minute of it.
I was talking over you at the intro, I think.
I think all of you were.
I think we all were, to be fair.
It's been a minute. We have a lot to unload.
We really fucked with Brian at the start of last episode.
Forked.
Sorry, excuse me.
I got to correct Ryan. This is a good day.
First, I get to take Joel's line. You get to correct me, man. We're killing it.
This is a good recording weekend.
I mean, I got through the entire last episode without saying cunt once. So you know,
God damn it! We're gonna start soon. We are changing how we are recording these, and it's gonna be a lot harder to bleep you. So you got to knock it the fork off. All right. Anyhow, we have Matt Zombie Dog, Nicholas Copernicus Dykes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the dude with the big who invented the telescope, right?
He's a mathematician, diplomat, and physician. That's all I got. Ranker doesn't give me any details. And if I don't know who they are, then we're screwed. We also have Ryan Alexander Fleming, Lutens.
No relation to Ian Fleming.
Yeah,
that guy actually, no, he invented penicillin. That guy's
that guy, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's he's important.
He invented the thing that will kill me.
He did.
Yeah. And then we also have Joel. This guy, I don't have a forking clue who he is. Dmitry Mendeleev. DeWitt.
Can be Dimitri
DeWitt
Martin
part of his
instead.
name?
His name is spelled Mendeleev. No clue. Anyone? Is anyone going to Google him while we're sitting here wondering why he is the 20th greatest person of all time and none of us know who the Forky is?
That's fine. I don't want to be known anyway.
He's
There
a
is no
Russian chemist, apparently.
Yeah, I got chemist, inventor, scientist. I guess there's a little.
Oh, he's known for formulating the periodic law and creating the periodic table.
I feel like I should have known him.
That's pretty impressive.
Those are the building blocks to the atomic bomb, so I'm not sure if he belongs.
Yeah,
in a
fuck
place.
Dimitri. Sorry, fuck Dimitri. Oh boy. So we have
he didn't. No.
Great insight, Matt.
Yeah, Matt went on
You're
a journey
welcome.
right there. All right.
So outraged, I just couldn't make a sentence together.
Special episode this week because this week we are covering the season finale and the season premiere of The Good Place. So we got season 1 finale, season 2 premiere. We're going to try and do this in our normal time frame. It might go a little long because the season 2 premiere is a double episode. Although I will say, and I really appreciate, they did not make it like a double episode. It's not like you watch 2 episodes back to back. This is one long episode. That's the
you
main
look at
reason why we're keeping it.
You look at the season 2 opening episode, and it's like it comes up saying chapters 14 and 15. I don't know where chapter 14 ends and 15 begins. There's no real cut-off point.
No,
I know, but I'm not gonna say it.
I think the way that would have to be done if they were to do it as 2 separate episodes, it would be like a pairing of like this is these 2 guys in the reboot.
It's the same story told from 2 different perspectives. So it's when Eleanor opens her eyes and when Tahani opens her eyes. That's the split.
But we also get all Jason's open his eyes, and we also get
we also get
Jason,
Chidi as well.
Jason's with Tahani.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, Jason Matani and Chidi is that works.
But it doesn't. I don't think it works as 2 separate episodes.
You're
I think
right.
it only
and I'm
works
glad they did it that way.
in that way with like the 4 perspectives in
because
one
it's the same
episode.
story. It's the same.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've seen shows do that, like where they do the same episode, then they go back and do it again. Lost did that famously and lost a whole bunch of viewers in season 2 when they pulled that nonsense.
Fork that show.
I still like Lost.
Nope,
You are wrong.
No, I'm not. It's
I love you, Matt.
Gosh darn it, or however they'd say that in The Good Place. Anyhow, so here we are, beginning of episode 13 of season 1, which is the finale. We're all wrapping it up. One of, if not the greatest twist in sitcom history comes at the end of this episode. Granted, we all know the twist here. Joel admittedly did not know all of the twist.
I didn't either, so I was definitely.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So we were very
So what did you know of the twist? And I'm guessing you knew it was the bad place.
Okay.
Let's just go, and I'll tell you when I cut off.
So I knew it was the bad place. I did not know there would be a memory wipe.
Yes.
And I also
Ah,
didn't
right, okay.
know that Michael would be like a diabolical mwahaha kind of evil guy.
Oh,
And I also did not
That
know
laugh is amazing. Like when that laugh comes,
Yeah,
that,
oh,
that proper like that proper like gooey laugh.
like almost Sideshow Bob-esque. Like
yes.
Very maniacal.
yeah.
But I'm with Joel. I knew that they were in the bad place. That's all I knew, but I did not know that there was another 10 minutes of show, and the fact that there'd be a memory wipe, and the fact that Eleanor's like, I need to do something. And the cliffhanger was actually what she wrote. So I thought that was very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
did
thought
you-
the cliffhanger was her going, we're in the bad place, and that was it. No, there's still 10 minutes of show.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Now, did
Right.
you guys know that they were the only 4 that were not?
No.
Okay,
I did not.
That
None
was
of them.
I was afraid we let that slip at one point in the season. I thought I mentioned that Gunther was a demon, and like I was
Never
like, wait,
caught
did
it.
I? Okay, good. That was the only thing. I'm like, I'm not sure if they know that everyone else is in.
That
on
just
it.
shows how much I pay attention to you, Brian.
No, but this is a case where like they close the world again, but then they expand it with all those details of them
Yes.
being the only people. So it's
Yeah.
like they go back down this kind of pigeonholing of the story and where they
like now-
think it can go, but everything
Now
around
you know they're
them
demons.
changes. Yeah.
And I
Like,
enjoyed
now you know
I
they're
enjoyed-
demons. You can start to see their personalities as
Yes.
demons themselves. Like
I
like next
enjoyed I
week.
really enjoyed the premiere, and real Eleanor is now Denise, and she's really trying to understand her character because
Yeah.
she's a small 2-bit player as opposed to front and center stage, something dealing with plot.
I
Thought that
love
was brilliant.
Vicky is probably my favorite demon, and it's taken a lot for me not to be able to talk about her at all because she is so funny.
Yes.
She's not in the whole show. Like I'm not getting into spoilers, but she never leaves entirely. It's just the show goes to places where they don't need her for a while.
Yeah.
But when she comes in, the Chidi, don't go. I love you. And they know what?
I rehearsed that for 3 hours.
Aw,
Oh
you can all
man.
suck it. Like the turn is so good. Like that, the twist of them being in the bad place is forever one of my favorite. And then exactly what Ryan said, because it's not just like they're in the bad place, dun dun dun. It's like, no, this is the show now. And like
Yeah.
they reveal it early enough. And the reveal itself is so good because you can kind of feel it. Something feels off in this episode as everything just keeps going wrong.
Mm.
You
And
can
it's like-
see that it's like the plan is off the rails at this point.
Yeah.
It's like we need to keep this going somehow, and that we've sort of painted ourselves into a corner. How are we going to do this? And it's just like when Vicky, real Eleanor Vicky, comes in and is like, "I'm going to take one of the spots." It's like it's kind of like, what? Why?
Why
This
does she
makes
just
no
burst into
sense.
this room out of nowhere? Like, what is going? Like, it
Yeah,
feels
how
like the
does
show.
she know what's going on as well?
Yeah.
Like,
It almost feels like the show is coming on. Like, if you were kind of like at odds with this show, like I think I'm done with The Good Place. Like I liked it. When you're watching this episode, it's almost gonna be proving you right. Of like, look at this nonsense going on. Like the show's not
Yeah.
even making sense. Oh shit, it's really making sense.
Short.
Mhm.
Oh, short.
I'm being the person in the real life who can still say these crazy words.
but that's the
my
thing is, though,
mind
like,
was
there is a chance that there were viewers who, at that point where she burst in, says, "I'll take one of the spaces,"
Yeah.
have just gone, "Oh, this is just terrible," and turned it off, and then
Yeah.
totally missed that. Like, there's someone out there going,
Sure.
"Oh, The Good Place is a terrible show." They just get stuck in this like all these like lunatics. Like, yeah, but they were in the bad place. And like, what?
Yeah.
I
I
think
missed
part of
that.
part of my fear for a few moments was they're going through this whole like I'll go, and then Eleanor and Jason coming back, and my fear was they're going to go to like, well, look, you guys can't decide because you're all too good, and therefore you all belong here. You know, I was
Yeah.
hoping they were going to take. Not hoping. I was worried they're going to take that easy way out, and that's what made
Yeah.
the reveal all that more great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then but the argument leading into it that turns out to be torture, which makes sense when you think about it, is fantastic. Like the argument of like, well, Chidi and Tahani did bad things too, and you have the Jason moment of like he murdered Janet, he killed my wife.
Only to stop you from doing it.
And every time someone volunteers to take one of the spots, yeah,
He says the exact same thing every time. Yes, we get to stay, baby. We did it. it's so good. And then as they start revving up and it starts like this is getting supremely off the rails, they cut to Eleanor and she has that holy forking shirt balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like at that moment, oh, something's changed. And like all of that from that moment on is just pure gravy. Like as a fan of the show, it's just so good. Like the Bomba John coming into the door with the book. I just found a rule that says that buzz off, Bomba John. We don't need it.
And he's just like, okay.
It, it also makes total sense that Eleanor's the one to figure it out.
Yeah.
Absolute total sense. Because her history of like not doing great things and being around not great people, like she has a bit of savvy to her that I think some of the other characters are missing too.
Yep.
So it's that kind of smarts that it made sense that she's the one that cracked the case. Because
Right.
What's great about it as well is like the whole going off the rails on the plan of like them torturing themselves. You can kind of see where it starts to go a bit off the rails from when Eleanor stands up and admits that she's not supposed to be there, which was never part of the plan, and that's something that surprised Michael. You can kind of see where it starts to go a bit like, oh, like almost like they're scrambling, like how the hell do we keep this going now? And it's like, oh, we'll have a trial, we'll have this, we'll have that, and it's just like if you go back and rewatch those episodes, knowing that's there, like you can sort of see the way it was done. It was a very clever writing. It's on like that sort of like, well, we're going to this point here. We know that this is going to be a turning point in the sort of in world, so we now need to start to show some cracks in the overall plan, as it were, that Michael's had throughout the season, and then but don't make it too obvious as well.
Yeah,
and it's very, very well done.
It recontextualizes everything that Michael has said and done throughout the entire season. Because your initial thought is just like, he's a little neurotic. This is this first time having a good place, and he really wants to do good. And it's like, no, he is trying to be like a genius, creating a new structure so they can have fun torturing people in a new way. And his grandmaster plan is falling apart around him, and he's trying to hide all the cracks to the judge.
The first flashback, the first flashback that we see of Michael before we know it's the bad place as well, even alludes to that, because it's a split second when he's writing his thing. It's like neighborhood, whatever. The good place is in quotation marks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one of those things where like you don't pick up on it straight away, like, but you know that he's actually a demon who's creating this good place that's actually a bad place. You see that now, and you're like, holy shit. They're telling you
it was
that it's
right
the
there.
bad place.
Oh yeah. Even like
because it's like the good place.
In my opinion, even like the little thing of the antimatter they're drinking, like French vanilla.
Yeah.
It's right there.
But I think this really is attributed to what kind of actor Ted Danson is.
Oh yeah.
If there's anything in your mind, and the reason how he never got an Emmy for this performance, just in these 2 episodes alone, really showed the depth and range that he brought to Michael.
Oh yeah. It's a crime he never won anything for this. Like this is career defining work. Like
the fact that he can be lovable,
even nominated.
Neurotic. He was nominated almost every season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lovable, neurotic, and then maniacally laughing, and then just the look in his eye, especially as he's doing the memory wipe and the little smirk. It's just the range, and it just brings to life what Michael actually is and how he's trying to redefine torture and makes him such an evil character, but you still love him because he's so well portrayed.
He's so like he's like not so much personable, but there's something about Michael where it's like you want to like him, and it like you said, it's in the portrayal. Like you want to like it, even though he's like this horrible. So like when we start to do the flashbacks of, like one is part of my quote, but it's like when they go back and it's the marriage counselor and the private detective, and like behind the scenes, that like there's something that that he's doing this to torture them, and he's like really evil, but it's just something about the way that he's like having fun with it. You just instantly like, this is so much fun to watch. I really like this character. I want to see more of this character. I want to see more of those behind the scenes bits of it as well, where like all these kind of like wacky things were being set up, and like and see behind the curtain, as it was.
For me, a lot of it too is that he is not the all knowing of the entire afterlife, he is still a part of this bureaucracy. He
Yeah.
has a boss he needs to answer to. So there's still this like tiny twinge of like, oh, I feel uncomfortable for Michael because like his head is under the chopping block too. If
Oh,
he's-
yeah.
I mean, we should have known it was the bad place when there's bureaucracy involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was not nominated for the first season. It was 2018, 2019, and 2020, which are the last 3.
Oh, so 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that makes
Mm.
sense. I mean, like the first season did not really catch a lot of people. We talked about that in like our very
Yeah.
first episode. A lot of people dropped off, and it's like it wasn't until the show showed its full cards that it really caught on.
I think it's because, like we said before, though, that this is a series that could very well have just been very simple, very like
Yeah.
every week there's a different scenario, and it's like, oh, let's
Right.
not get found out from like, and it didn't become that. But I can kind of see why, like you watch 2 or 3 episodes of this, very easily you could drop off that going, well, I kind of feel like I've seen the whole series at this point because
Yeah.
it's just going to be
the
the same
writer
thing
and
over
creators
and over
of the
again.
show have shown just how creative they are.
Oh
You-
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they've
for sure.
side-skirted
And-
so many lazy tropes or boring storylines that could have gone in and avoided repeating stuff too much. I say this as we're repeating The Good Place.
But that's just attributed to the show itself, because here we are. We have not gone into any specific details about this show yet, but we've spent a solid 15 minutes just really engaging the parts we like, because watching the finale and then the premiere are almost seamless, and these are 3 episodes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't even touched
Yeah.
on the premiere yet. Like, we're
No.
nearly through all of the finale, but like
Right.
we haven't gotten to the rest of it. But like, yeah, there's things in this episode that I think are absolutely phenomenal because they've been playing in front of our face the
Yes.
whole time.
Yeah.
Primarily that Chidi and Tahani are not in the good place.
Mhm.
And we've
Yeah.
seen them be horrible to everyone on Earth the whole show. And because the show's been done so well, we've not been questioning that they're supposed to be in the good place at all.
Right.
My favorite thing was like Chidi like realizing like why he's in the bad place. So like, oh my god, I knew about the dangers of
almond
almond
milk.
milk. I was like, no, you nitwit.
You tortured every person you knew. But
I
just
think
his-
why that works and why it hit it under our noses is because you like Chidi from the start.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
because he is a helper and he wants to help Eleanor in spite of the moral quandary he's going through. Tahani,
what's-
it's like, yeah, she seems a little like pretentious almost, but then they peel back the layers and give the understanding about why she has this
Yeah.
competitive nature, right?
Mhm,
And,
mhm.
and them laying bare like that doesn't excuse it, because number one, your intentions weren't to help people, and
Yep.
then number two, you were so stuck in your head that you screwed with everybody you knew without realizing.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like we talked about in we didn't actually talk about it that much, but in the show it talks about Eleanor not being able to get the points because her intentions are coming from
Yeah.
a selfish place, where all of Tahani's actions, all of the money that she raised, all of that came from a very selfish place of like, I have to be better than my sister.
Yep.
And like like when it's the bad place, you can totally see where it's like, oh yeah, like the only reason she did all of those things, it came from a very selfish place. There was no selflessness to
Mhm.
Tahani, and like
Yeah.
the way that she talks about her friend's posh baby and
Yeah.
like all these kind of like these friends, these name drops that she does, it is like, do you have more context now of like, oh, she is very self-centered, and there's no way on earth that she would actually go to the good place because she has no intentions that are not built in self-promotion or making herself better, essentially.
You
Yeah.
know, Michael put her in last place to screw with her.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
That's,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the fun. That's the
100%.
fun
Part of her,
looking back
that part of her
part.
torture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and Michael's just so good at this of like but you're in last place out of how many billions of people? Like, that's not a bad thing. And it's like,
Yeah.
but it is to her.
Yeah.
It's like it's the way that he says it as well. It's like got that very nice sort of like calming and soothing and very nice voice, but he's basically saying, he might as well be saying, you're the dirtbag in this good place, but you're in the good place.
Yeah.
then telling Jason that he's a Buddhist monk, that it's a valid silence, the person who can't help but talk.
Yep.
Who cannot
perfect.
keep quiet. That is perfect torture for him. I love how his torture is just he can't speak.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else
But it
again is
works.
like really horrible. Like Chidi, as someone who is a moral philosopher, is always having to lie about things, and is making all these moral quandaries and stuff like.
And clearly the love
Jason's is
triangle
just-
stuff just messes
yeah.
with him completely.
So bad.
And then Jason is just don't speak.
But it works.
And that
'cause it's Jason. I love
I mean,
Jason.
it's from Florida.
All right, so the episode is winding to a close. Eleanor makes a last-ditch effort, which is pretty great. Do we see what she wrote, or do we not
No.
find out until
We don't find out until the next episode.
not until the next episode? Okay, so
No,
she
we
write-
find out at the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah,
because
she
like-
goes,
Oh,
what
right,
the-
yeah,
What's the forks of
'Cause we-
Chidi?
yeah. What the fork is?
Yeah,
a
because
cheaty?
like
Why can't I
that's
say
it.
fork?
That's
we,
right.
Yeah, we
th-
find
this-
out because Janet appears and like hands her the note, but we
Yeah.
don't see it at the time what she writes.
Yeah, I
there,
I
so-
forgot that they show the reset on
Yeah.
her perspective
Yeah.
at the end of
Yeah.
this.
Because we see the new soulmate in this one too. Of the, can I tell you something? Soulmate to soulmate. Hang on, I got to go to the gym.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do.
Mailman.
Just like just keeps like ripping his shirt off every time he has to go to the gym as well.
Could you set fire to a mailbox so he would put it out with his shirt?
Hey, if it works, it works.
Yep.
All right, so yeah, so he, I love Eleanor just getting right in Michael's face, like but we found each other, and we'll do it again, and you know why? Cause you base, and then snap.
Yeah, yeah, bait.
bait.
I love that finger snap though. There's just something like because it's that the finger snap and then cut to white, and I love that it's a cut to white as well.
Yeah,
because it's just that sort of thing of like, oh yeah, it's a reset. It's not the end.
And isn't that how the
Like,
show started? With
Yeah.
White?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the white wall. And I like how another subtle change is it's gone from everything is fine at the start of
Yep.
the series. And now it says everything is great, and
Yep.
it's just like the wording ever so slightly different.
And that will lead us into season 2, the premiere of how does the number 2 go? Spoilers, not great.
Yep.
We got through an entire season with the first trial. Second one, we make it through technically 1 episode, but 2 chapters before they have to take another shot at this.
I love that we see, and it initially looks like the orientation again, but it's the demons being orientated.
Yeah.
This time. I love
Right.
that.
And
I
now
love
we
the
get
guy
to
who
actually
just keeps
see
wanting
them
to
as
bite
demons
people.
now. Like, yeah, we get to like the
Yeah.
hold on, we can bite them. That's just an
Yeah.
expression. Like,
And then that guy keeps coming back around.
So I'm
all the
not
time.
too sure on my
It's
motivation.
like,
Can I bite them?
yeah.
No, something's off. Shall we?
I just love that. All right. All right, guys.
So good.
Torture on 3. 1, 2, 3. Torture.
Torture.
And biting.
No.
No.
Just- and the way these actors unravel so quickly, because number one, it's like now we've screwed up once, so now our plan doesn't seem perfect, and so now we're gonna start questioning Michael about things when things aren't.
And there
going
will
to
not
plan.
be a third.
Yeah.
And there will not be a third.
I don't want to spoil next week's episode. There's more than 3.
Fair.
I kind of got that.
Yeah, I'll give you that. There's more than 3.
I have to go back to Vicky on this because just to see her, when they're orientating and then she goes back to the party later and she asks Michael, she goes, "Can I just do something?" And she gets a limp.
Fine. Limp your heart out.
Limp your,
What I
limp your
love
heart
is
out.
like, it's how that's framed in the episode as well, because you get the story and then like all of a sudden she's limping. It's like, oh, you
Yep.
limping? It's like, oh yeah, I have a limp, and she just walks off. It's like, that's a bit weird. And then later in the episode, you see the conversation.
Yep. I need to have something. Can I just do something?
I also like that his response is like, "This is the good place. Why would you even have fine, just
Limp your
get
heart
to it." Like, I think my favorite part of this season premiere, which actually, being totally honest, it's my least favorite season premiere out of the entire show. Like, if we had to rank all 4 of them, this would be my least favorite. But
Mhm.
in its defense, it's doing a lot of heavy lifting. Like, it's doing a lot of work, and it's still very enjoyable. So if it's my least favorite, that's not really that big of a ding against it.
It's doing a lot of heavy lifting, and there's still a lot that you have to set up, even with the double episode as well.
Yeah.
There's a hell of a lot to set up in here, and it does a good job of it. But I kind of agree with you as well. As like
Yeah.
season premieres go, it's not the best.
No, it's serviceable, and the parts that are
Yeah.
funny really work, and it does give us something that I think like as a fan of the first season, it's really nice to see it, which is you get to see them arrive in the good place, but now you're on the inside.
Yeah.
Like so, the first time we got to see,
You're in on the joke now.
yeah, and like
Yeah.
I think that alone is worth this not being my favorite premiere, because it is just seeing like Jason going through it of the, do you want to keep your vow of silence at the, yeah, but then just seeing like the pure joy of like your soulmate's a little different, you have a twin soul, you will be with each other at all times, he's be your best bud, and then he introduces him, he's like, this is not my best bud. He just does not like him.
This is not
at
Pill
all.
Boy.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about that is always like, you'll have a best bud, and the look on Jason's face is just like that dopey smile that he has.
Oh, he's just so excited. But I like even just seeing him in the beginning of the episode where he first bumps into Eleanor and he just hands her the piece of the bike.
Yeah.
And like just knowing that he's being tortured right now just makes that scene that much better. Of like he just has no idea what to do. I'm holding a thing, you hold the thing. There, I did something. Like,
And then Eleanor thinks that it means something as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Or that he's cheaty at first.
yeah,
Yeah.
first that he's cheating.
or that thing's a
or-
cheaty.
Yeah,
Like,
that thing's yeah. Or
she has
maybe
no
a
idea
soup.
what.
Is it a soup? And then I like seeing like so she needs to go give a speech, but they're putting it on too hard. Like they're pushing too hard, and like
and
it's
they're
triggering
trying
her
to get her drunk so she can mess up the
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
she's getting suspicious. Like she can smell what's
Yeah,
up.
And
Well,
just
with the
character
note
arc
as
here.
well. Like the
The
fact that
character arc.
there's a note.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the character arc of Eleanor really shows how far she's come from season 1.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
fact that she's just not go with the flow, the fact that she's questioning things
Mhm.
really shows her growth just in one season. I really thought that was awesome.
Well, because I agree. Like, yeah, she has the note that she left herself in the Janet bot of find Cheaty.
Which Michael discovering that there's nothing else in her body.
And then just
Oh,
putting
yeah.
his whole
Oh my
arm
God,
inside
that
of
is
her
so-
as she just unclenches her jaw like a snake.
Yep, that was so good. But continue, Brian. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine. But yeah, I like that her being defensive this time. Like immediately shows like, oh,
Questioning things.
they're trying too hard on this one. Like they're missing
Yeah.
the mark, and I think
Yeah.
that's really interesting to see from this point of view, especially because like they are very obvious. Like here's some liquid courage, and that glass of wine she's handing her is like filled to the brim of like it's almost
Yeah.
spilling. There's so much in that glass.
Michael having her wear a sash and a
Yeah,
the
the crown.
sash as well, like the sash that says best person or something.
Yeah.
and then even knowing like kind of getting ahead of ourselves of like what he's doing with Tahani. Like he's trying too
Oh,
hard.
that's-
Like he's pushing.
Mm.
Tahani gets it the worst in this.
that might be
Being
my
dressed
favorite.
as a plumberess.
And start with a small house and it turns into a 1-bedroom house because her
We don't need all this space.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like her head's didn't hit on the lampshade and stuff like that too. And then going from that kind of like Taj Mahal huge mansion thing to
Yep.
that, you know, and the cargo pants, the cargo
the
pants
cargo
and
pants.
the jean jacket. Beautiful.
Like your fit.
Like the second she meets her soulmate, charmed, I'm short. Oof. But that's what I mean. Like all of it goes just a little too hard. Even Cheaty, like he's never gonna like fully push back, but it's very clear he's getting tortured right from the jump of like, you have two
Yeah.
soulmates. You have to pick.
And
Good
then
luck.
Michael going, "Oh, your pick was wrong."
Yeah.
Yeah,
You get the other one you don't
timing of
like.
that is so great though. He's like, he's just about to. He doesn't quite say the name, but he says enough, and then Mike's like, "Wait."
Yep.
You didn't make a choice yet, did you? Oh, poor Cheaty. Like that was rough. And then of course he gets the one that has just like nothing in common with them. She just kind of seems like a
Yep.
stick in the mud. And like, nope. You ever travel there? No. This gives him nothing. It's like, oh man, poor Cheaty. And I want to throw out there, because we mentioned it earlier, how we're all sort of fine with Hawaiian pizza. They're eating Hawaiian pizza. This really is the
Yep.
Hawaiian pizza
Yep.
podcast.
Hawaii 5 dough is the
I
name
wrote
of the
that one
pizza.
down as well.
I love
Like,
it.
I
love
loved that Hawaii 5 dough. I like as well how it's like it's not frozen yogurt anymore. It's like, oh, we'll change the food that's there as well.
Oh, it's so good. I also like in this one, I like seeing. This feels like a more Eleanor response. I'm changing the topic entirely here of her encountering Janet this time. Like the first time I just felt more like, oh, here's a Janet. This time she really does not want to deal with Janet, and I just find it hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
her name
Keeps
is Janet.
forgetting his
Hi there.
name.
Oh,
Her
fuck
name's-
off.
Yeah, he's like, fuck off. That's
Okay.
that's so good.
And she's so cheery every time. Okay, hi, bye. Does not care at all.
I just realized something. Like, you know, we're talking about medium place films. Medium place pizza, Hawaiian pizza, very medium place.
Yeah, I
buy
guess
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I'll eat it if it's there, but I would never personally choose that one.
That works. Oh, that kind of makes me sad a little bit, but that's okay. Sorry, I got to catch my notes here because we already talked about all this stuff. Oh my god! I love Tomas. He's not in really the rest of this, but Tomas as Tahani's soulmate is just phenomenal. That guy's comedic timing is so good, and just his like ever endearing, just kind of charming smile. It's wonderful. And like when Tahani's on stage, like, and my soulmate, you're out there, down there somewhere. It kind of pops up a little bit.
It's like, there you are, darling.
Or Eleanor saying, "That's her soulmate." Is there a second one that stands on his shoulders?
I was just what I was gonna say was before we got to Tomas was I love how we see things crumbling in this.
Oh, instantly. Yeah.
It's I constant like it's a different like you think after watching the end of season 1, and this might be where people have kind of fallen off. Oh, are we gonna get the same of the some of the same thing all over again in season 2? No, it's completely different. Like you're seeing both sides, and you see how things just fall apart. Like when Luang loses Jason, and he goes, "You lost Jason." He goes, "How is it even possible? You had one job next to stand next to him, you idiot."
I would run.
I
if
got
somebody tried to
distracted
feed
by
me
fire.
Yakima
I love
too.
fire.
What I love is it's like we were saying, like them trying too hard, but you're also seeing the cracks behind the scenes as well. Like, you know,
Yes.
we have the scene with Vicky, like, I just want something. I want to limp. He's like, why would you limp? Oh, whatever. And it's just like you can see the cracks already because Michael is already losing
He's
his
not getting-
shit.
like there's
Yeah.
so many different variables. Like he's really trying to watch these 4 that he doesn't have anything really set in motion for these people. So it's
Yeah.
almost like he's given them the freedom to try something new, and it might not be in his plan. So I think that that's really a really interesting take to drive this season.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
like even like the little things of like to show how it's not working immediately. Like when Jason was paired with Tahani, he had no choice but to just sit and be quiet. That's all he had to do. But
Yeah.
now he's got this other guy who's going to try to do like Taiwanese monk stuff with him, like
Yeah.
the whole like the rock meditation garden. And Jason
Boobs!
boobs.
Yeah.
But you can tell like right away, like, oh, this is not working as well as the first trial did. Like the first trial,
Yeah.
like it was way more tuned in. Like, and now they're kind of throwing shit at the wall throwing shirts at the wall to see if they stick. And
Well, it's almost like they exchanged because their torture the first time was that they're all together, they all getting on each other's nerves, and then that's gonna drive them crazy. It's like a wild swing where it's like we're gonna separate you, but we're gonna start with the pain right up front,
Yeah.
and really make this unbearable, which is what reduces the credibility to all these people being like, I thought this was supposed to be a good afterlife, right?
yeah, like
It
they never
reminds me of one of the things that Agent Smith says in The Matrix, where like he's talking about. I know it's really like totally out of left field, but it's when he's talking to. I think he's talking to Morpheus. He's basically saying like the first iteration of The Matrix was everyone was happy,
Oh yeah.
but it fell apart because
People
like no one
rejected
could
it.
accept it as reality and things like that. And it's kind of the opposite of this, where they're trying really, really fast to start the torturing, and they're not letting things settle down. Like that was the thing. Why it lasted so long the first time is because everything kind of settled down a little bit, and it was like this slow burn of the torture.
Right.
Like they would slowly begin to torture each other more and more and more. Whereas this, they're just trying, because they paired them all with demons. All these demons want to do is like do some torturing because
Yeah.
Yeah,
so immediately out the gate they're like, I want to start torturing you, and and they're not really fully prepared. Like, you know, Eleanor's soulmate, every time she tries to talk, his immediate response is just, I'm going to go to the gym.
Because
It's
Michael
like,
said,
it's
say
not
something like,
medical.
say something like
Michael
going
said,
to the gym.
Yeah, say something like that. So it's like every time it's like, well, I'll just say that all the time.
How
Then.
many times have you told her you're going to the gym? 9?
3,
No, 10.
3, no 9.
Oh, but like, yeah, I love seeing it just fall apart. Like you said, these demons, they've been wanting to torture people. They already did the long work of the slow rollout and it didn't work. So why do the slow rollout? I want to bite people. And like,
Yeah.
Yep.
you get
And
that,
that-
like the torture blue balls of it all. Like they
That's
want to
that's
get into it.
It's a very interesting perspective too, because the whole idea of this good place is to have the 4 torture the others and just kind of, you know, give little scenarios to help make the
Yeah.
situation 10 times worse.
Right.
Whereas these demons are like, I want to do something now.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this didn't work. We just tried.
the
Let me
original
go back to what I
plan-
do.
The original plan was that they torture each other, and
Yeah.
keeping them apart, they're not torturing each other anyway. It's just the demons
Yeah.
torturing them in less painful ways. Like, you know, like these demons are not trained in psychiatry or anything like that.
No.
So it's like they just want to, you know, smash, like hammer people's penises or whatever they say.
Fire
Like,
up the old penis flattener.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes.
Well, we've covered the majority of this episode. We just haven't really gotten to the end where they're up. They got found out. The finding out sequence in this is phenomenal. Just Jason just giving up on the dude. No.
Yeah. Within like probably like 2 days or something.
Oh yeah, they've
Mhm.
barely done anything, and Jason's just out. Like they pushed him way too hard. Between the dude that will never leave his side, the yak's milk. Jason drinking the yak's milk is my favorite sight gag of the episode. Just the whoop. Bleh.
Oh, they're like lumps in that liquid too. It's terrible.
Like he is just so miserable so fast.
Like curdled eggnog. It's just ugh.
Oh, it's gross. But like you can even see it like when they gave Jason the last time, they gave him a mansion. They gave them a mansion, and they gave him a
Mm.
gorgeous wife. Like they gave him a lot of really cool things he could be into that could keep him at bay a little bit. They took
Yeah.
all that away around too, and yet Jason's gonna be Jason.
And then the minute that Jason becomes Jason, everyone else is going to start to see holes
Yeah.
as well, because it's like, well, hang on a minute. There's this dude who isn't actually a Taiwanese monk here. Oh my God, we're in the bad place.
Yeah, it falls
Yep.
apart immediately. And then much to Michael's, point, yeah, there was a note. There was something he didn't plan for, and that made everything go off the rails. I think they would have gone off the rails regardless, based on everything we just said.
Yeah.
But it gives them enough fuel to start up trial number 3. And that's kind of where this ends, except now we're getting just a little bit more with Michael. Now Michael's lying to his boss.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, things are getting even more complicated. So they're starting trial number 3, and he's told all the demons that he's told Sean about this when he has not. And it's like, okay, so things are different now.
Mhm.
I really enjoy his self-talk.
Yeah.
Like as he because it's like he's trying to convince himself that he believes it's gonna work, just so he can tell Sean, right? I call him
Yeah,
Steve.
Sean. Yep.
Sean that everything's fine. We're good. So it's just because he doesn't want to fail his first attempt. So
Yeah.
that's really it. That the dynamic there for a demon to fear failure is pretty interesting. So
I don't want to spoil anything from next week, so I have to be very cryptic, but I will say next week's episode, when we get to the end of this, we have to rank our episodes. It might be my number 1. I love next week's episode. It takes everything that you're kind of expecting for the rest of the season and goes, you might be wrong. And I love it. And I love it so much for that. And I'm really, really excited to get there. However, we got to take like another week off before we record again, which means I have to wait a while till I watch it and rumbles. But I'm excited to record it when we get there. Is there anything else in this episode that we missed that you want to talk? There's a very long episode and there's a lot that went on. I think we covered the majority of it. We talked about Chidi the least, but I think that also kind of tracks for what we got with Chidi. I left out my favorite moment with Chidi because it's part of my quote. That was by design. Anybody else?
I like how Tahani near the end just like accepts how terrible they look, but she's like, it's really comfortable.
Yeah.
It's the resignation that
Well,
maybe
it's-
isn't all bad.
it's the last episode about being made to wear designer handbags, and now she's wearing cargo shorts and she accepts it.
And
Oh
she
my-
finds the shrimp in her pocket.
Yep.
Her and Glenn. Oh, twinsies, cargo pant twinsies.
Yeah.
I was a plumber. What about you? Or as a garbage
Yeah.
man.
Yes,
What about
I'm
you?
just not used to dressing like a plumberess.
Yeah. Plumberess. And then he's like, "Is that what you call female plumbers?"
That's good stuff. Anybody else? Anything else? Or are we moving into quotes?
I think we got it.
I think we got it. Joel, you
Yeah,
get to go
yeah.
first this time in quotes.
Oh, okay. All right. So for episode 12, no, excuse me. I need the go.
Episode 13.
Episode 13. I wrote too many notes. This is one of those times where I accepted, like, I need to have a computer open and just start writing stuff down. I try very
doing.
hard during the series to just experience it and then go back after the fact. There's too much that goes on in these.
Yeah, there's so much.
There's a lot of funny in episode 13, but there's this very tender moment where it's Chidi and Eleanor, and Cheetos, I feel like I failed you. And then Eleanor says, "No, don't you ever say that. I was dropped into a cave and you were my flashlight."
Aw.
Just a really nice moment, like at the cusp of this obliteration they're about to have. So I thought that was good.
Yeah, that's a legit, like, sweet line. But mine is not. No, mine's actually not that bad, but I'm gonna go with the he murdered Janet. He killed my wife. I was only trying to stop you from murdering her. Yeah, well, whoever smelt it murdered Janet. That was mine from 12. Matt, you're up next. Then Ryan will do his back to back.
Okay,
They're
so
at they're at each other's throats already. They should put him over the top. Ed, you play Bart, a former private eye. Oh, maybe my specialty was identity theft cases. I'd love it. Tracy, you're his soulmate. Nina, a marriage counselor. Maybe we can get him to try and swing with us.
The fact that they were just right the whole time about the swinging aspect is, I love it. Like, Eleanor was right. She was always right. Ryan, you get to do both of yours.
Okay, so I really have two because I have to do an honorable mention because there's the one where Sean is trying to say something, and it's just so funny, and this just shows how beautifully written the show is. They're talking about the torture, and Sean the judge goes, "We've tried this. Humans are very reticent to torture each other. Even getting them to do simple things like pulling out each other's teeth is like," I can't think of the right analogy. That's perfect. But my line has to be, I've kind of already alluded to it, is you saw all of us on Earth, a selfish ass, an idiot DJ, a tortured academic, a hot rich fraud with legs for days. Side note, I might legit be into Tahani. So that's for the finale. And then for, there's so many good one-liners in this opening. But I just want to make sure I say it right because I want to make sure that it was on here. Hold on, sorry. All right. So Michael's talking to Chidi, and this, we didn't talk about Chidi, but he's talking about Chidi's problems with decisions. So he goes, "So making decisions isn't necessarily my strong suit." And he goes, "I know that, buddy. You once had a panic attack at Make Your Own Sunday Bar."
Too many toppings.
He goes, "There were way too many toppings, and very early in the process, you had to commit to a chocolate palette or a fruit palette, and if you couldn't decide, you wound up with kiwi, junior mint raisin, and it just ruins everyone's night."
I just love that he knew exactly what he was talking about the second he said it. Like, oh, I remember that.
Just the tirade he goes on and saying that was just so good.
But then what Michael says just after that as well, because I had that written down as well, where he's like, "Chidi, I am so sorry. I literally cannot choose for you. This has to be your decision. Buddy, you gotta trust me. I would never place you in a painful situation." And it's just like that beat. There's a beat just between them, and it's just like, they're not a little bit too thick there, Mikey.
All right, Matt. What's your chapters?
Why aren't you with Eleanor? Oh, I told her it was at the gym again. Why would you say that in the middle of a party? You told me to. No, I didn't. You said that if Eleanor tries to confess that she doesn't belong here, find a reason to avoid her, like saying I'm going to the gym. So that's what I've been saying. That was a suggestion of the type of thing you could say. Don't. How many times have you specifically told her you were going to the gym?
3.
5. No, 9. Dimwit. And then just later on is like when they have the whole argument, and like he then goes,
"You shush before you step in my line."
gym.
Yeah, you shush before you step in my line. So I'm going with my line, which was, "Hey man, I was happy at my old job in the twisting department. People showed up and I twisted them. but this job is weird. It's all talk and no twisting. So if you don't like the way I do it, you can find someone else. I'm going to the gym.
Says like that. I'm going to the gym.
He rips his shirt off and storms out of the room.
So fucking good.
Yeah, so Matt and I definitely had the exact same moment, but I got the back half of the quote. The one that I just before my honorable mention that I had to throw out there was when Chidi comes back around to Eleanor after she's tried to get his help. We didn't really talk about that scene very much. But he's like, I don't know you. Moving on. Later, he's like, wait, I did know that book that the page came from. So he pulls her aside when like the fire is going on. He's like, I know that book. And she just hits him with, is that some sort of nerdy pickup line? Because it's only kind of working.
I don't want. I'll let Joel go, and then I'll say my because there's a dig at Eleanor, and it's really good. But Joel, I don't want to step on your feet.
Well, I'd like to congratulate you, Ryan. Does you're 2 for 2 here on taking my quote here. That I'm not one to usually choose a cheaty quote.
Yeah,
but that one is just the perfect kind of like him being dry, Michael pointing out one of the most absurd examples of him not being able to make a choice, and then him
and just how he rambles that line.
He
super
rationalizes it. He rationalizes it, and that's exactly why it works. So how about this is one where Tahani is sort of in the throes of her meltdown. This massive house that I want, give it. Just kidding. Not really.
Give it.
The other one I was gonna say was when they're trying to get Eleanor drunk, and they're like, "We're having trouble with Eleanor," and he goes, "Eleanor's not drinking. She brought a flask in the car during her driver's test."
More and more signs that this was just not going the way they wanted to this time.
I mean, I do love the bit where like Chidi's like, all my heroes are being tortured. Yes, I'm afraid so. Actually, it is kind of clever how they punish philosophers. Every day they make them go to school naked, and then they take a test in their class that they've never been to. And then they smash them with hammers. That part's not so clever. But the point is, Chidi, you were way better than all of them. You're safe.
Again, laying it on way too thick right out of the gate.
Yeah.
All right. So the name of this episode was Everything's Great, by the way. I never mentioned that. Next week, we got to talk about Dance Dance Resolution and what is the other one called? Come on, IMDb.
That's a weird name for
You want me to pull it up faster than you?
Hold on. It's loading. I have Burbank internet, which means I basically don't
Everything
have
is great, and then Dance Dance Resolution and Team Cockroach.
Team Cockroach. Do not look at any episode descriptions, please, if you have not watched these, because they will spoil things.
I am not. I just flipped through them.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna give you. Don't look them up because you want to see
Team Cockroach.
Yeah, you want to see where these things are going organically if you have not experienced it, because this is some good shirts. Anyhow, we can do a quick round of plugs and we can say goodbye to the show. The show athpod.com. Joel, what about you?
Afterthoughts Book Club. I've talked enough. Super GG Radio, Video Game Podcast. Leave me alone.
Man, our second episode plugs are always the worst. We're done.
I'm so tired. It's a Sunday. I'm supposed to be sitting on my ass and doing nothing right now.
It's usually Joel that's done though. He's like, like you said, I've talked too much now. Leave me alone.
You don't understand. I've only done a certain number of word quotas, and then I need to get through the rest of the week talking to people. It's a grind.
Yeah.
Ryan, what you plugging?
You can catch me on the Front Row you can catch me on the Front Row, and my channel on there is Front Row Flashbacks, but we're on hiatus. So if I choose to review a movie, you can find me there.
Cool. Matt, anything to plug?
Hold on, wait. Since Joel didn't recommend it, I'm going to recommend it. My game recommendation is RoboCop Rogue City. I picked it up, and it is a fun game.
It is so good. Matt, anything to
Because
plug?
I'm stealing Joel's thunder. I might as well do that too.
I am more than happy for anybody to highlight that game again.
It's so good.
It's wonderful. They know exactly what RoboCop.
What they were doing. It is just point and shoot. It is literally that's all it is.
It's so good. I'll give a movie recommendation instead of Matt's plug because I don't think anyone's seeing it, and I think everyone should see it because it's absolutely awesome. Boy Kills World. Go check it out.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I need to.
Man, that's a fun movie. It's not a great movie. Like it's not gonna be the best movie ever made. It's not like that, but it is fun. It is a party on screen in the best way possible. Super violent. The last fight is very reminiscent of The Raid, both because it's reminiscent of The Raid and has a guy from The Raid in it. But yeah, just absolutely very fun movie.
If you want to see the movie that's going to beat Dune 2 for best sound, go see Civil War, because that movie's sound is unbelievable.
I don't know if it's going to beat it, but I agree with you that it's incredible.
Yeah.
That's a
point.
tough toss up. Boy, it's a good movie too. Though that one made me like upset.
That one
I had to
It's
take
all right,
a-
but it's not.
I
it's
wonder
not
why.
like that one I had to take a minute. Like I need to calm down. Go watch Boy Kills World. You won't be upset at the end of it. You're like, wee, that was fun.
Wee, murder.
Oh, there's
As
so
opposed to Civil War, it's like, ugh, murder.
Murder.
Yeah, I prefer the Boy Kills World murder.
I'm okay with like the individualized murder. It's the institutionalized murder.
Yes.
I've got a problem
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. So yeah, Boys Kills World does not have that. All right, we are way past our end for this one. So bye.
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 Fuck off.